Hi guys, welcome to Order Drip Coaching. We're just gonna get right into the topic. As you guys can see from the news, from just all around us, 2022 is an insane year. Legit things that I thought would not happen are happening, and everyone's quick to talk about conspiracy theorists and they don't know what they're talking about. Really though? Really? Talk about conspiracy theorists. If you have not read this book, you really do need to. Not sponsored, but it's a really good book. And for all the people that are just one-sided, don't open up their mind to other people's opinions, concepts on life, you really need to start to open up and start to look outside the box, because the things that you see is not all that there is. FYI, today's conversation is gonna be controversial, and you know what? I really don't care. For those that do not know, Roe vs. Wade was a law that was passed in 1973, which stated the government cannot tell women what to do with their bodies as far as abortion rights. Women have the right to have abortions. That law was passed. Now we are living in a time where they are trying to overturn it. They are trying to cancel it. They are trying to make it so women do not have the right to have abortions. And this is as early as 6 weeks. Many times you don't realize you're pregnant until 10 weeks. Here's the question. The people that are passing these type of laws, right? Why are they still paying people pennies to work? Why is minimum wage at $15 an hour knowing that rent is up by... Have you seen how much it is to rent an apartment? Even in the hood, it's ridiculous, okay? That's one. Minimum wage is not going up. Minimum wage sucks. Secondly, why is there no free healthcare? Like, you want people to bring kids into this world. Why is there no healthcare? Why is healthcare in the United States so expensive and people that live in Nordic countries get free healthcare? And yet you want people to keep having kids. My whole thing is this. Now that they're seeing that people are really thinking twice, like, do I really want to bring a child into this world under these conditions, born having to wear a face mask, already pumped with so many injections? I grew up, we had a certain amount of vaccinations, right? Now those vaccinations are like ridiculous. Back on topic. Why is it that now that they're seeing people are really hesitant about bringing kids into this world, now they're like, oh, we want to pass a law? And just because you live in New York or states that are not going to go by these rules, what affects one country is going to affect a whole. We are dealing with COVID. We are dealing with a war. We are dealing with all these things. And now they pick the time to start saying, hold up. That's not enough. That's just not enough, guys. We are going to make it so now women cannot have the right to have abortion. Do you see where this is going? Do you see how we're constantly being fed negativity? I don't care if you do feel like, you know what? I don't think women should have abortions. Cool, but you think that's where that's going to stop, right? Next, it's going to be, you know what? Contraception is going to be banned. Now they're going to be like, you can't even have contraception. Next, it's going to be like, you have to weigh a certain, like, this is going to keep growing and growing to where so much things are forced on our bodies. Vaccinations, can't have abortions. We're going to need, like, all of this is going to this root thing of control as a whole. And a lot of people need to wake up. A lot of people need to realize that what's going on affects everybody, not just women. It affects the whole world as a whole, because these countries want people to have more kids. But how are these kids surviving? Have you looked at school tuition costs? Have you looked at how much food is costing? Have you looked at how much it is to live in a studio? Have you looked at just all of these things that are done unjustly to human beings? And then you wonder why people are not having kids. Then you wonder why people are hesitant to bring kids into this world. It's a scary thought to bring another human being into this mess. How about this? How about instead of banning abortion, how about making it so people can bring kids into a good world? How about changing the laws so that people will be like, you know what? I want to bring a kid into this world because it's such a great world, you know? How about that? Do you want to know what is going through parents' minds? Is the fact that you could be a random person in the streets and have access to a gun, guys. To a gun. There are people just in cars shooting, don't even care. Shooting in the trains, don't even care. Robbing people, hurting kids, don't care. Where are those laws? Where are the laws that really make a difference? Where is the laws that state, you know what? Minimum wage is too small. Look at how much rent and food is. Why don't we make a law so that people will be paid more money? How about if we make a law to where people can have free healthcare, free school? Instead, all these laws are made that is just making people not really want to have kids. I have a daughter. The thought of her not having access to abortion, the thought of her not having the rights to her own body terrifies me. I'm like, all of these things are happening, but yet you want women to have kids. How about you get off of our bodies and let us do what we want? Where are the bans for all these women dying that are going to DR to get their bodies done? Where's the bans on that? Because there's a lot of women dying. Why is there no bans on these chop shop doctors that are in these foreign countries mutilating people, stealing people's organs? Where are these bans? And this is the problem with the world, is everyone is too ego focused on the stuff that does not matter. Sis, it does not matter how good your brows look right now. It does not matter. Man is out there doing all. It doesn't matter. You know what matters? If we as a population come together and start addressing the insane policies that are affecting us as a population and stop being a yes ma'am and yes sir. That's the problem. Everyone wants to be friends with everybody. Everybody wants to agree with all of these people that are in quote unquote high power because you don't want to be the oddball. You don't want to be a David Icke. You don't want to be a freaking Martin Luther King. You don't want to be a freaking Malcolm X. Too many people are afraid to be heroes. That's the problem. And this is why the world is in the way that it is now. Everyone is after this illusion of, I gotta get this, I gotta get that, I gotta have this, I gotta have that, I gotta look. It doesn't matter. No one cares. We have to fight for our kids, and we have to understand that there are laws that may not affect you, that you think may not affect you, but they will. They will affect you and your kids. And this is why certain things are happening. People from other countries are going through some harsh treatment, and guess what they're doing? They're coming and running here. We as a population of men and women, because this is not just about women, guys, this is about men too. If you guys have daughters, this is ridiculous. We are in 2022 trying to overturn a law that was made in 1973. Even if this law doesn't even pass, the fact that this is where our minds are when so many other things are happening in this world is insane to me. It is so insane that there are so many things. Kids are starving, okay? Women are being kidnapped all around the world. Men are dying. Black men are being stopped by the cops. So much unjust things are happening, and yet we feel the need to focus on this little, like, this small thing of what a woman decides to do with her body. Really? Everybody needs to wake up. As soon as I heard about this stuff, because listen, I don't watch the news. I really don't. I swear, sometimes I hear it and I'm like, these people are stupid. Like, these people are legit idiots. You want to check people for their COVID vaccination, right? Why don't you check people to see if they're a sex offender? Why don't sex offenders have a little card that they have to carry on them? So that way in certain places, hey, we need to make sure that you're not a sex offender. How about that? Women should have the right to decide if they want to keep a child or not. As a mother, I love my kids. I love making kids. I love bringing kids into a world and creating life. What I don't like is to create life and I don't have say-so over what happens to my kids. I don't have the right to say, I don't want my kids to have 50 million vaccinations. I should have the right to say, I don't want my kid to learn this and this and this in school. I should have that right. And those rights are being taken away from us every single day. So don't come and tell me that now you want to pass a law and that is gonna once again take away more of my rights that are being taken away. As a mother, enough of my rights has been taken away. I am being told when I can travel with my kids. Oh no, you can't travel during these times because of school. I can't even watch now a show that's supposed to be just a show about Cinderella and the prince, right? Without me having to think in my head, is Cinderella gonna kiss Sleeping Beauty? Like, if you have not learned anything from this conversation today, know that you are protecting the rights of everyone, men and women. If you understand that no one should ever tell women what to do with their bodies, period. And what should be done is making sure women want to bring kids into this world. Setting new laws that will make sure people can live in this world and not have to kill themselves to make ends meet. Those are the laws that should be passed. I have to go to my spin class because I could be talking all day about this topic. Thank you for watching. Bye.